My name is Steve DeRochi. I am the current chairman of the chairperson of the zoning board. Every application is reviewed by the township professionals. And the township professionals, that means the township engineer, the planner, the landscape designer, those are the main three. And then we have our own lawyer that is hired by the town for the zoning board to make sure we do everything legally. Anyway, every application is reviewed by the professionals and other interested agencies, like the Shade Tree Commission, the fire department, the police. They all issue their comments, and they can be positive or negative. They can ask for things or not ask for things to be included in the application. But all that stuff, in theory, should be read and absorbed by every member before they come to a meeting to vote on it. Then at the meetings, they're really limited to about 3 hours, and we cover as much ground as we can, and we listen to the presentations and we vote on them. The public has 45 days to file a protest, but that's a legal protest, and it has to be adjudicated. So it's not without some cost. But once that 45-day period has expired, it's over. It's done. It's the law. So the real way that people can influence decisions is by coming out to the public meetings while the application is going on. Between the planning board and the zoning board, it's pretty much absolute. The whole process starts with the preparation of a master plan, which is done by consultants in conjunction with our professional staff. And that master plan defines each of the zones and what's in the zone, and then the reasons that we've put all of those uses or excluded all of those uses from a specific zone. So the master plan is kind of the roadmap for the entire zoning process. A lot of what we do has to do with traffic and traffic flows and lights, sidewalks, public safety, all of those kinds of issues are all hashed out at the planning board level and the zoning board level. Well, there are two ways. One, you can be on the board. The other way, which frankly we see not very much of, is it's coming out to meetings and voicing your opinions. In every application, well actually, in every meeting, there's an opportunity for public comment, not about even what's on the agenda, but especially not what's on the agenda, but anything else. So you have that opportunity. But the second opportunity in every application, after the professionals have given their testimony, the public is invited to stand up and ask questions and express their opinions. And in things like cell towers, we get a lot of people coming out. But even then, it's not as many as I would have thought would come out in many instances. And there are some fairly large projects that go through without any public input at all. So anyone in the town, actually anyone, not even in the town, has the right to be able to speak in an application. And the zoning board is obligated to consider all of that. And we do. The zoning board is an interesting organization, and as an architect, I wanted to serve on the zoning board essentially to protect the people from the zoning laws, because the zoning laws are written to control development of the town, especially the uses that go in various areas, so that we don't have factories next to single-family houses. But within that, each one of the zones has very specific limits about what can be done and not done. And of course, the properties in each one of those zones are wildly different in size and shape. And the literal interpretation of the zoning laws create hardships for some people, and some of them are imagined. In other words, they really could conform to the law if they wanted to. But there are others that really represent legitimate hardships, and the zoning board exists to adjudicate those hardships and to grant variances and waivers where we feel it's appropriate. It's entirely a volunteer board. The board is appointed by the mayor and council, but there's nobody on the board that's paid in any way. We totally depend on people giving up their time to serve. The way to get involved is to express an interest, and I think that would start with the mayor or any one of the council people that are involved in putting together committees for the following year. No, as I said, there are some positions that do require a little bit of expertise, and they're defined in the law. But beyond that, anybody can serve. Thanks for doing this project. I think it's extremely worthwhile. I hope that people will actually avail themselves of it and hopefully take advantage of it. I think the more people we have in government, the better off the government's going to be.